the lower control arms, get some of the stuff out of the way. Spray some stuff with a rust penetrant, which I use the low power rust penetrant. That's the best stuff that I found for a decent price. Get most of it apart, let it soak, and then we're going to start going after the engine. You got to pull the valve covers, upper intake, stuff like that. A lot of accessories out of the way, alternator, power steering pump out of the way, stuff like that. So in the meantime, this is soaking. We can go up there and get that done also. And should have a high success rate then with getting these bolts off without breaking anything, having issues. Okay, so when you're pulling the lower control arms off, you want to get the through bolt out, obviously, for the fork for the strut. You can see it's free now. And you can start concentrating on the inner bolt here that goes through the subframe and getting that loose while you start working the lower nuts off here. Either way, it's going to be a fight, and just be ready for it. See, these are original, and there's lots of rust on there. Okay, so when popping these lower ball joints, they have a sleeve inside the knuckle. The fusions are special. You don't want that sleeve to come out with the lower control arm and ball joint. So when I use something like this that goes over the top of it, and this is pressing down the sleeve and up on the ball joint itself, and I'll pop it through and leave the sleeve in here. So it's a little tight down here, so I have to do this by hand and use it. And sometimes it's going to wedge in here like this, so you can start wrapping on a knuckle here to pop it through. Alright, now these lower control arms, like I said, they can be a real pain. Usually the bolts come out just fine. They got the coating on them, but getting them separated is the pain. You can see right here how the sleeve comes out with it. Now sometimes it's easier. You take the whole thing out, you just hammered it right through. You're replacing it, so it doesn't matter if you damage the threads on here. It's easier to hammer them through sometimes. Get it out, get it on the ground, and then start working this off of here. Now over here is the other point right here. This bolt right here, it's pretty long. It goes through the arm, and you can see right here it's going to hit the subframe, or the unibody of the car. So all you got to do is loosen the subframe back here, on the bolts back here, and the 15s right here, and just lower enough, and you can sneak it past there. You don't need to take the whole back end down and pull the steering shaft off and everything else on there. So just loosen it, and you'll know just how far you need to take it to get it past here, how far down you need to go to get the bolt out. And then the arms, they generally just come right out after that. You're gonna need, like a gear wrench like this, or a box end you probably want to start with, get a torque broken on it, and then go to a flex head like this, the extra length, and wrench it out of there. Otherwise you're gonna hit. That'd be the fastest way to get it out of there. This one's okay. See, once I have it loose, I can easily wrench it with my hand like this pretty fast. As far out as it'll go. And at a point on here, it's going to be out of the threads on the other side, and you're able to pivot the bolt a little bit. So meantime, you just get in here, the subframe and nuts are already loose, and then you bring the frame down a little bit. Get over here. Just keep on going. Doesn't need to go down that far for this to come out of there.